Let's preface. I want to go back to a memory that I used to have when I was younger. I remember talking to a bunch of kids, and there was one kid out of them, they would be able to see something and understand something in their head, and they were thinking like, oh, that's cool. And they would be verbally loud about it, saying, that's so cool, that's so cool. I think I have an idea on this. And so as I grew up, I started to think about like, what made them think about having to say that out loud or even having another idea, right? When I thought about that being younger, I remember what I was thinking about and how I was saying like, oh wow, this kid is so much like a pick me. But honestly, looking back, I kind of wish I had that type of enthusiasm. I only say that because there is something beautiful about being able to grow up and knowing that your ideas are cool to yourself, right? Make cool stuff. Make things that you think are cool purely because of just that reason. Like, we shouldn't be able to be making cool things because somebody else is going to think it's cool or the whole entire rest of society will think it's awesome. I think a lot of how I've navigated in this world now has been having to think about who else. I'm thinking about the viewer. I'm thinking about who's consuming the media that I'm making. And it's wrong. It's wrong in the sense that for me morally, I want to be able to make things that I think are cool, that I think I can have a lot of fun on, and really just run with that intention, run with that enthusiasm, and really be able to advocate for myself on the things that are really cool. I think that's super important. No one can take that away from you. There are going to be so many different haters and think that your ideas are horrible, but that just only speaks to your greatness of understanding that your ideas, even though can be so complex or not complex and simple and easy, and somebody else could think about it, straight up, you thought about it. It was an idea that you thought was cool, that you thought was amazing, and so you had that enthusiasm to be able to say, hey, I have a cool idea. That's awesome. That is awesome. I can continue on with life being able to just make things that I think are awesome. Just like these videos that I've been making recently, I haven't even seen it as work. I don't even think about the topics that I want to talk about sometimes. I'm purely going off of another conversation that I had. Funny enough, I actually talk about PJ in my last video. And so PJ just gifted me this photo that he's done and I love it. I wanted to be able to show it off in this video and have it in the back. But like things like that, like what made him think like, okay, cool, this tomato is going to be a great shot. It's going to be so cool. I love that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be able to make it into a print and give it out. And I was gifted it and I'm grateful for that. And just that pure creativity of just being able to do cool things really goes a long way. I really want to be able to connect with creatives on so many different planes and be able to just trade art for art. I think that's the coolest thing. I think going back into how we used to live where we just used to trade different resources sounds so fun. But like, you know, I'm grateful for being able to have mass production of groceries and vegetables. But in the sense of, let's stick with the creative world. Do things that are cool and fun, whether that's crocheting for fun, whether that's being able to just talk about your ideas for fun and seeing if you can connect with other people, making videos that you think are cool and fun. I also spoke about in my last video that we just don't know what the outcome is. So just start doing things for free. But if you are somehow in a position that, okay, I can't take risks because I'm getting paid, because I'm on a deadline, because of these things, you know, it is hard to be able to think about doing fun stuff when you're in things that have limited you and your parameters of being able to create. What I have to say to that is go out and find some time to be able to just create something that you want to do for your own self. Flat out. I think for myself, it has been these videos, it has been collaborating with others, and honestly, it has nourished me. It has made me feel whole. I feel connected back to myself when I was younger, right? Standing in front of this camera has somehow made me feel like I can actually take back a lot of those years that I had to start creating media for other people. I love being able to tell stories. I love being able to tell my perspectives on things. So I've been happy being able to do this for free sit in front of this camera, talk about these things, talk about the things that I think would be cool to talk about with somebody else from across the internet, and just really build a whole entire audience on the creative world and how to navigate it, how to talk about it, what other creatives are going through, how creatives are communicating with other creatives, and just that. Just this complex world of being with creatives in different mediums and just enjoying what you're doing because you think it's cool. Like, that is the best part. When I'm handed footage, and the funniest thing is, I'll get an objective. I'll be told what to do. But the thing is, I take it and I make it mine. I just start iterating things. I just start working things out that probably are told, no, don't do that. We've already given you this whole entire list. I have fun with it. I have fun with it because I know that from my play, I will find things that will enhance a video. There are so many times where if you just stick to this rigid structure of placing A, B, and C together, you have lost all the other nitty-gritty pieces of what could be inserted into those sections. You have to know your content. You have to be able to play with your content. You have to just understand and have fun. Make things that you think are cool. Now, I guess we have to kind of talk about this next part because it is pretty important, because I've also gone through it a lot. But don't be cringy. I mean, you can be cringy. But like, there are some things in your life that you don't need to be talked about through the internet. There's a point in time where being vulnerable reaches to a point of just being a little bit cringy. Cringy, I believe, is actually the most unique things. No one has ever seen it. No one has ever felt that way. No one has ever had a perspective to be able to express. I think that's cool. You really get to search that. You get to search yourself. Be cringy, but don't do it in a way that you're somehow messing with who you are as a person in real life. People are going to see you in real life. People are going to be like, that person did that. And if you don't necessarily care about being able to be cringy and you don't care about what people say about you, that's fine. That's great. But I think a lot of majority of people really do care about their image and how they're understood. At that point, it's kind of hard to say you're justifying being on the internet if you are not wanting to be cringy. There's going to be a moment in time where you will be caught being cringy, saying things, catching yourself, contradicting yourself. I think just speak to your truth. If your truth is literally doing things that are considered cringy to the rest of society, do it. Be proud of what you do because you think it's cool, right? Do that. Be cringy, but be cringy to a certain extent. I think everyone can get to understanding that in their own terms. That's what's beautiful about being able to be on the internet. That's what's beautiful, to be able to share these things, these ideas that I have, and how I'm navigating through the whole entire creative world. So I am talking to people and I am hearing that they love being able to do these things because it's cool. They love hearing the things that I'm doing because it's cool. It is fulfilling for my own self. I don't need to be able to tell these people what I'm doing and be able to flaunt it about, oh, I'm going to X, Y, and Z. Oh, I'm talking to him or her or them or whatever they are doing. It is fun because I feel as though it's fun. It makes me feel happy going to bed that what I just did for maybe 8 hours was probably free, or X amount of hours, but I enjoyed it. I loved it. I could do it again. I'll do it again tomorrow. I'll do it again the next day. And when I need to keep the lights on, I will find jobs that will offer me this money, because I know that myself is a high-end creative, high-end video editor, that these jobs and positions will come to me, right? I understand that. I understand my worth. And I only understand that because I was able to do things for free. I understood what it takes to do these types of things. I understood my parameters. And I found myself and take what I found of myself to be able to enhance those parts, to be able to become this great asset. Because I did things that I thought were cool. End of the line. A lot of the things I have done are because I thought it was cool. I mean, look at this. Like, I have this whole entire digicam. This makes me no money. This digicam makes me no money, but I love this thing and I love being able to just turn it on. Like, do you not see that? That is so cool, of just the way it turns on and turns off. And honestly, that in itself is so cool. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm shooting on this thing. I will do it. This, nonetheless costed a lot of money, but even I thought was cool was to be able to find one on eBay and buy two of them, both broken. One only had a broken screen and the other one just couldn't turn on. Of course, that was broken. I don't know how. I just swapped screens. I thought that was cool. That's cool. I did that out of my own free will, to be able to rebuild this camera and change it. And then I also had bought another camera to be able to see if the reasons why that's broken can be fixed. This camera in and of itself is literally made out of the best pieces from all those cameras that I had taken, and made sure that it is very beautiful and that it is mine. So that all became because I thought that was cool. Go out, do what you've been thinking about. What you've been thinking about is cool, right? Do that. It is so fun. You will find yourself being open to it. And even if the fun thing or cool thing you want to do is super hard, like whatever, just do it. Just do it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna take forever. If it's like if your idea is to make a video that's 15 minutes long, that includes a bunch of B-roll, a bunch of clips, a bunch of assets, okay, let's, obviously plan out when you want to be able to do those things. Don't burn yourself out. Don't work 8 hours a day to finish it. We don't really need to live in this hustle culture. Get to it whenever you want. Even if you just record it on your iPhone, there are so many possibilities. This is a life that maybe a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed in currently. So just navigate it in a way that you can feel comfortable, that you can be able to reassure yourself that things are okay, and do cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. I can keep going. If you guys want to be able to talk more about it, leave a comment down below. I don't know, we can just expand on what cool stuff is. What's the cool stuff you're doing? Why you find it cool? I'll read a comment on the next video. But yeah, do cool stuff because you think it's awesome and cool.